What's up and welcome into Week 4 of Friday Night Hits. I'm Mark Whiteman. Thanks as always for joining us. This season flying on by, and our game of the week tonight, promising points. Two of the highest scoring outfits in the state. Powdersville at home hosting Hillcrest in a matchup of 4-0 teams. It's our Sparrow Financial game of the week. Julia Morris with all the action.
Hillcrest and Powdersville have two of the best offenses in the state. Both teams entered this matchup averaging more than 40 points a game. Hillcrest is up 10-0 at the end of the first quarter. Early in the second, Powdersville gets on the board. Eli Hudgens airing it out to Kyle Rice, who makes an unbelievable catch. Patriots make the two-point conversion after the touchdown, so it's a 10-8 game. Hillcrest answering on its next possession. Bennett Judy connects with Thomas Stanley. Stanley dives in for a score. Rams are up 17-8, but Powdersville punching back. Check out this play. Thomas Williams, one of the most exciting players to watch in the upstate. He dodges defenders and runs in for 6. Patriots back within 2. And in the final seconds before halftime, Hudgens airs it out to Williams, who jumps up and makes a fantastic catch for a 45-yard score. Unreal play there. Powdersville's up 22-17 at halftime. The Rams come out with some fire after the break. They score 2 touchdowns in the third quarter, including that one with Judy throwing a beautiful pass to Avery McFadden. Powdersville does make it a 2-point game late in the fourth, but Hillcrest gets a critical first down in the final seconds, and the Rams hold on to win 37-35.
That's why we're here, to see if we're winners and if we can compete with a bunch of winners. And Coach Muster does a great job, and I couldn't be prouder right now.
Powdersville plays BHP in its next game. Hillcrest hosts Wren next Friday. At Powdersville High School, I'm Julia Morris, WYFF News 4 Sports.
Julia, thank you. Great game. Looking forward to seeing what both do in region play. After their first winning season in more than a decade, the Clinton Red Devils are back at it this autumn, off to a 4-0 start. Only lost 2 games last year, one of which was a 1-point loss at home to Chapman. The Panthers in their friendly confines hoping to turn around their season after a 1-3 start. First quarter now, Chapman punting. Clinton's Bryson James, he takes down the punter, and that's going to set up a 5-yard touchdown run by Jay-Sean Copeland into the end zone, and Clinton's on the board, 7-0 Red Devils. Later in the first quarter, after a Chapman punt, Clinton's Jay-Sean Copeland, well, he is back at it again, 34 yards down the sideline for another Red Devil score. They go up 14-0 and go on to beat Chapman 49-19. Two teams better than their record are 1-3. Riverside at Spartanburg. Warriors 3 losses, all by a touchdown. Vikings have had a brutal schedule to start, but finding some momentum in recent weeks. Raheem Jeter, Kamari Cunningham on the goal line fade. 7-0 now. Spartanburg still in the first quarter. And look at this move right here by Vikings running back Rakeith Kelly. Avoids a tackle, turns on the Jets. Say hello to the sunrise for me, and makes one more man miss for good measure. 14-0 Spartanburg. Now it's 14-2 after a Riverside safety. The Warriors offense getting going. Rob Sanders to Caden Cosby. That connection so good for the Warriors. They do it again. They would cut the lead to 5, but it's all Spartanburg from there. The Vikings with a win, 59-25. St. Joe's making a statement last Friday, winning a wild back and forth against Seneca to improve to 4-0, hosting the Ware Shoals Hornets. They got their first win last week, but Alex Steyer picked off by John Jaruzelski. His friends call him Johnny. He's got the INT, and he gets the crowd all fired up. Not long after that, Walker Wood pitching it. William Gillespie, look at this, the balance, tight ropes down the sideline for the 20-yard score. St. Joe's 55-0, beating Ware Shoals. They're now 5-0 this year. All right, let's get to some scores for you. Abbeville beating Crescent 51-7. Jamie Nichols' 200th career win for the Panthers, and Dorman over Clover 37-23. Southside beating Carolina 31-2. The Greenville JL-Man rivalry renewed tonight. The 54th meeting between schools. Red Raiders have won 7 straight over the Patriots. This was a fun game in the first half. Greenville dropped 70 in their first win of the season last week. Pats off to their best start in more than a decade. This was an incredible environment. This is what high school football is all about. The crowd was juice. Second quarter, Raiders up 7-6. Man going on 4th and 10. Ethan Anderson intercepted by Keyshawn Robinson. Look at that by the senior right there. But the Patriots pinning their ears back and making a play defensively. Bryson Drummond, watch your 6. Mookie Bennett. Yo, Mookie, he's doing the right thing for J.L. Mann. The sack and the fumble gives the ball right back to the Patriots. It's still 7-6. Possession arrow flips again. Now it's the Raiders with the ball, and Drummond thinking deep. Mazeo Bennett on the business end. 80 yards to the place of residence. Greenville pulls away in this one, 49-6. Daniel on the hunt at home. The Lions hosting Pickens. They have won 13 in a row against the Blue Flame. The Blaine Simons, my son Kelly combination has been lethal for defenses. Kelly is, some would say, all alone. Touchdown Lions. More where that comes from. Simons chucking it up. Eli Merckx down there somewhere. Get up to get down. The senior with a big-time touchdown grab. The Lions would add a score on special teams while they're there, and they extend their school record to 28 straight wins, 42-14 against Pickens. Been a couple down years for BHP, but the Bears are 3-0 at home against Emerald. Scoreless in the first. Emerald's Key Holloway drops back. Face full of Bears. Anthony Brantley coming up with the sack. Now it's BHP. They've got the ball. A.J. Pendleton, he is looking, but he's finding Emerald's John Flemings. He's taking it back. Doesn't get into the end zone. Emerald can't capitalize. And then the Bears, well, they finally get moving. Pendleton, I'll do it myself. Calling his number. BHP's got the lead, 35-6. They beat Emerald on this Friday night. Back to the boards. Chesterfield beating Blacksburg 54-26. Broome over Berea 39-7. Pendleton over Fountain Inn 43-7. Long ride for TL Hanna tonight, heading down to Greenwood for their first meeting with the Eagles since 2019. We set Sky 4 to Greenwood, the chopper over J.W. Babb Stadium, scoreless in the opening minutes. That double wing offense deadly per usual. Kenny Fretwell creating space. He's got a radius to roam through. He takes it all the way down to the 2-yard line. If you get down there, you might as well finish the mission. Fretwell in for 6. Hanna's on the board. And the Yellow Jackets doing their thing in this one. Josh Donald making some moves. Big chunk gainer there. It's TL Hanna going on to get the 31-14 win over Greenwood. Homecoming at Travelers Rest. Hey, we know them. Nigel Robertson's son Ethan on the homecoming court. Nigel and his wife Trisha there with Ethan. Lovely moment for the family. Here come the Bulldogs, but it's Eastside making all the highlights while we were there. Calvin Banks, big gainer right here coming right at you. And he was making some moves for Eastside. Just a few plays later, it's working. Give it back to Banks and miss him with that. A 26-yard touchdown. Eagles go up by 7. TR just camera shy because after we leave, they start to rally and they go on to get the 35-28 win over Eastside. All right, we're taking a quick time out. Halftime of Friday Night Hits. More football ahead, including Malden at Westside and Burns at Wren, which is where we find Wren head coach Jeff Tate for Eric Mitchell Real Estate Mic'd Up.
Stay outside! Stay outside! Hey, always check with him. Always check with him. Hey, shake it off. Got some more opportunities. Let's go. Don't be gullible! An opportunity right here. Let's go put it in the end zone. If we were a fish, we'd be on every hook that was thrown in the pond. Look at 2nd and 10. We got 2 more downs if we need it. If you block this up right, my man can hit that hole. I can tell you what we'll be doing here in a minute.